Okay, well, someone got carbon monoxide poisoning. And let's check it out. Mikeburnfire reacts.
I got carbon monoxide poisoning. It sucks. Don't get it.
That
Well,
does
that's what you
sound
get
awful.
for not having a carbon monoxide detector in your house, but it actually happened to you at work, didn't it?
Yes, it happened at work.
So having one in your house wouldn't have helped.
The HVAC guys had just been there and they had been working on it. One of the vents that was in there basically got stuck closed. So our boiler was blasting exhaust gases into the building. So at a certain point throughout the workday, I started feeling kind of dizzy. And I was like, oh, this sucks. I wonder why I'm so dizzy. This is dumb. I just bumped into a door. I hate this. I mentioned that I felt dizzy to one of my coworkers, and he was like, yeah, I kind of have a headache. And he'd been trying to cut back on his drinking, so he jokingly said, oh, yeah, it's probably because I'm having withdrawals from drinking. And we were like, ha, 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 what a good joke.
I can't believe that.
I'm pretty sure. Actually, I don't know about that. I was about to say, you probably have to have carbon monoxide in public detectors in public places, but actually, you know what? I don't think so. Maybe not. I wonder who's going to be responsible if everyone's going to. Yes, it is. Maybe it is. Or yeah, I guess. Either way, it makes sense. Actually, not either way. I just see some places not requiring it.
That's contagious. Ha ha ha. Why do we all have headaches?
Well, I didn't have a headache at the time. 20 minutes later, I was like, okay, now I have a headache. I want to throw up. I feel like garbage. I'm going to go stand outside. So I stood outside for like 10, 20 minutes. When I came back inside, I was like, wow, it smells like gas in here. And the moment I thought, wow, it smells like gas in here, I couldn't smell it anymore.
You thought, okay, must have been a fluke.
I thought it was just in the stairway or something. Then my ears started ringing, and I started getting really nauseous, and I had a really dull, throbbing headache. I kind of thought maybe I was being poisoned by carbon monoxide.
You do in most areas because it can leak out of sewers, exhaust, and even just from the ground. Yes. Yes, it can.
And so I told basically everybody else in the building, I'm like, I think we're getting carbon monoxide poisoning. We just stood outside and then only went inside for like 10 minutes at a time and then went back outside.
At this point, you already suspect that the building is filled with deadly gas.
Well, because we still had to close everything down. I can't just not lock all the doors and leave the registers in.
You can if there's a health hazard there.
The doors still have to be locked and everything.
Oh,
anyway,
there's a fire in the building. It's consuming us all. Well, I gotta go lock up the cash register. Hold on.
Oh my god. At one point, I had to go downstairs. I came back upstairs, and I felt like I had just finished running a marathon. My legs were basically rubber. I was trying to write down numbers. I had to write down the number 8 6 times before I got it right. The number 8.
Number 8.
And then I drew a 9.
Tell me how the different ways you screwed up the 8. Did you forget parts of it?
It was like too narrow.
Did you make 3 loops accidentally instead of 2?
Yeah, stuff like that. Like just screwing up. And when I wrote the number 9, I made the bottom of the line way too long. So it was like a 9 with 6 L's attached to it. So at the end of the day, I sat outside. I'm just gonna have to wait before I drive home.
All 4 of you felt nauseous?
I probably got the worst of it.
Okay, so you all walked outside and you went, that sure sucked. Felt like we were all...
Why didn't you call the fire department or something? Is this on base? I'm pretty sure you would have to have, or you would need to call, like, the fire department.
being gassed.
Hmm?
See you tomorrow.
Pretty much. So I sat outside for a while, breathed fresh air, got in my car, rolled all the windows down, drove home, got home, called my girlfriend, and I was like, I feel like...
It's a fire department, not the gas department. No, they will deal with that. They deal with that. Fire department does way more than just, fight fires. They also deal with gas leaks and whatnot. They can deal with the gas leak. Yeah, they deal with it. That was a joke. I know.
Crap, I'm just gonna take a nap. And she went, no, you're going to the hospital. How did you get home? Did you drive? And I was like, yes. So she got very mad at me because I did not want to go to the hospital
Mm-hmm.
because we live in America. And then she gently reminded me that I have insurance through the VA. And also, to use her words, I have a fucking credit card. I ended up going to ER. They put me on oxygen. I basically lay in a bed for 3 hours.
Did they know you had poisoning? Did they?
No, when I went to ER, I told them. They asked, "What are you here for?" And I said, "I
Carbon
got
monoxide.
poisoned."
You didn't know that. You suspected it, though.
I was 99% positive.
You were 99% positive you had been poisoned, but you went home and relaxed anyway.
Pretty much what happens when you get carbon monoxide poisoning is they put you on oxygen.
Right.
And that's it.
So you're like, I can get oxygen for free.
I can get oxygen for free by lying in my bed.
I'm sure the CO2 levels will go down by themselves.
No, that's carbon dioxide.
CO1 levels.
The CO level.
Yes.
It's just CO.
Whatever.
Because it's carbon monoxide.
Yes. Nobody calls it Toy Story 1, but it's Toy Story 1. We get it.
Yeah. Okay, what were we talking about? So when I went to the hospital, they put me on oxygen for 3 hours, and they did some blood tests, and they told me, okay,
Congratulations, you're HIV positive.
They didn't tell me that.
They're keeping it a secret from you?
I don't think I'm HIV positive.
How many monkeys have you had sex with recently?
9! And that would be AIDS!
Well, HIV leads to AIDS.
That would be AIDS or Ebola.
Ebola. You know?
Am I slopping my internal organs out of my rectum?
Maybe you're not showing symptoms yet.
They did a blood test. Doctor came back and they said, in a normal adult, carbon monoxide levels would be about 2 to 3%.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very low.
Not very many percents there.
No. Yours was at 14.
Yikes.
So 14% of your blood was poison.
As it turns out, the hemoglobin in your blood says, I'm going to take this carbon dioxide to the lungs. It thinks it's carbon dioxide.
But it's really poison.
And if you get enough carbon monoxide in your lungs, the hemoglobin can't tell the difference, so the hemoglobin just starts grabbing carbon monoxide and transporting it all over the body, which is why you start getting sore and tired and sleepy.
Yep.
So now you're not poisoned anymore, and most of your blood levels have returned to normal.
Yes, they've returned to normal. It was about a day later they returned to normal.
Have they installed a carbon monoxide detector?
Yes, there are carbon monoxide detectors all over the place at work.
I'm glad they did the bare minimum there.
Yeah. I legitimately did not realize anything was wrong until it was at a point where...
Until your girlfriend told you to go to the hospital.
Yeah, like, what the
If
hell?
that had happened in my house, I legitimately would have just thought that I was coming down with something and I would have went to bed and died in my sleep. Short PSA, get a fucking carbon monoxide detector because that shit's scary. Unless you're a
Yes, it
shitty
is.
person and then don't get a carbon monoxide detector. And also,
Always have a carbon
blow out
monoxide
the pilot
detector.
light on your stove.
In case you want to kill your family, this is an easy way to do it. I wasn't too sure about your girlfriend, but now that she's kept you from dying, maybe she's okay.
Well, a couple months back, she had a medical problem and was in the hospital. And we were joking about how instead of trying to break up with me, she just tried to die. And then so now this time when this happened, she was like, "You're not allowed to die. If you want to break up with me, you have to break up with me. You can't die to get out of it."
How many different ways are you going to try and kill yourself before you admit you're unhappy with this relationship?
I'm very happy in this relationship.
Let's stop trying to kill yourself with carbon monoxide.
Cue next week where I slam my car into a tree. It'd probably been like 2 hours when I hadn't used my e-cigarette because I felt like crap. On the drive home, I was like, I just need a little bit of nicotine. Took one drag off it, and I was just like, oh, that was so sick. Why'd I do that? There's no oxygen.
Oh, this is what all those warnings are about.
Sometimes I'm not smart.
You know what's great for all this poison? Water in my lungs.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm not smart.
Oh, it keeps going.
Ah!
What?
Yes. Did you injure yourself on the chair? I have to ask, why did you hit yourself in the testicles? Me too. Is that your new fetish? That's the only reason I can think of.
Ow! Ow!
Give you a moment to recover from that.
I want my Woobie.
Your what?
I
What?
want my Woobie.
Your whoopee?
What?
As in a whoopee cushion?
No, poncho.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh.
Why do you need a poncho liner
Oh.
for a swollen testicle?
Oh.
Well, I'm waiting for an answer. Why do you need a whoopee?
Oh, Woobie.
What are you talking about?
The poncho liner, the military blanket thingy.
I've never heard that before.
And that's like one of the only things that soldiers kept when they get out of the military is their Woobie.
What? You still haven't answered how a poncho liner makes you feel better.
Because it's a blankie. When I was in basic training, I had to give a short class on how to use a washer and dryer.
You guys had washers and dryers. You didn't have to hand wash your stuff.
Oh, like you did.
You were so spoiled.
Like you had to hand wash your clothing.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
Second month of training, yeah, we did.
Don't lie.
It's the truth. You had to wash your own clothes in the big old basins they had. They didn't give us a washboard, so I didn't get very clean.
I don't think you're lying.
No,
I think you're lying.
It's true.
So I went into the bathrooms, and I started doing a load of laundry, and the guy next to me was paying a little bit too much attention. And I was like, what do you want? And he goes, how do you do that?
What do you
What the
mean?
hell are you talking about? He's like, how do I make this go? Have you never done your own laundry before? He's like, no. And he was like 21.
What the fuck?
You've never done your own laundry before. You throw all your laundry in here, you put it on cold, you dump some laundry detergent into it, and you hit run.
Yep.
And then close the lid.
Mm-hmm.
Or, if you're really bored, you shove a fork into the little switch and you watch the laundry go around in circles.
I never thought about doing that.
I showed one...
What do you mean you never thought about doing that? That's what you did all the time as a freaking kid. That's what I did as a kid. But we didn't have to use a fork. It was literally just a button. So sometimes the kid would just mess around and just push the button or like open the lid, push the button and just watch it. What do you mean?
person how to do it, and then he told a bunch of other people that I knew how to do laundry. So then my drill sergeant was like, show all these idiots how to do laundry. I was like, oh, you know how to so I had to show everyone how to do a load of laundry.
No, in Marine basic training, we just hand washed everything.
That is stupid.
We didn't have washers and dryers.
That is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life.
You spoiled little army brats.
Wow, the Marines really are stupid. No wonder you guys use crayons.
The fucking timing. The fucking timing of me saying have a crayon. Air Force has a laundry day and wash service. Dry wash service. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. It's still Air Force.